All right, guys, stay tuned for a fun episode here of What Do You Collect. We're talking Disney digital pins. Guys, there's been some incredible weekends of marketplaces and trading events that are going on. Take a look. Not only are the pins so cool and something that you all could connect to if you're a Disney fan and you know about the Disney pins, they're all digital now. And take a look at some of these sales that happened just over one of the past weekends here. We had over $272,000 worth of sales in one weekend. You had a Star Wars Genesis pin going for $30,000. You had an Incredibles Genesis pin going for $25,000. Guys, take a look. There's something special about these. Obviously, they're just getting started here and fired up with these big sales. The sales come on special weekends, so take a look at all the details. And I know some of you are saying, like, hey, they're just digital. They're in my pocket. I got them on my phone. I got them on my account. But, you know, I'd like to wear them. I'd like to put them on myself and show everybody what I got. I did a little work, guys. Take a look at what some Disney magic could do. And bam, here we go. Look at this. We got the whole rare rat tattooy pin set that I got just on display. Just happens to be visible over here. So you get a little creative. Guys, you can do so many fun things with your pins. Put them in pin books, collect them, trade them, sell them, buy them, rip them out of capsules, pop them out. Guys, take a look. There's some fun stuff here, and stay tuned for this fun episode. We got a lot in store. Disney Digital Pinnacle pins. Here we go. We got Doodlifts. We got Double Daddy. We're going to dive into Disney Pinnacle pins. You guys are going to love it. All right, how we doing, fellas? Welcome to the pod. What do you collect? We're going to talk collectibles. We're going to talk something new today. I know we're always talking digital, physical, sports related. Today, we're just going to be focusing on Disney. Disney Pinnacle is something that is really different. It's something that a lot of parents maybe have known about. A lot of kids know about by going to the parks, collecting the Disney physical pins when they're out there at the theme parks, trading. Guess what, guys? You don't got to go to the theme park. You could just stay home on your couch. You could just go on there. You could trade with people. You can buy off the marketplace. You could buy straight from a pack. You could open it up. Capsule, I believe, is the correct, right? I'm in the pack world. Guys, who's going to set me straight on this? Pack, capsule, what do we got here? What's up with these Disney pins? What are we feeling, guys? Welcome to the show.
Hey, everybody. I'm Double Daddy. I'm new here, so I'll just jump right in and say, hey, what's up? Longtime Disney collector, Disney Pinnacle collector, I should say, new to the Disney collecting game. But I'm very happy with this app. This app's made by the company Dapper Labs. They've been in the space for a long time. And they're just coming out of, I believe the term is closed beta release. Doodlifts, am I right on that?
Sounds right to me. Or early access, maybe?
Early access closed release, I think, is might be the term we're looking for. So it's been in there for a while. They're just coming out of it now, and they're launching a huge project in honor of it.
That is great. And Doodlifts, I know you're a big part of this project, and you've been pumping it and talking about it for quite a while. Tell us a little bit about what you think and what you're doing here with Disney Pinnacle.
Yeah, no, thanks, Paulie, for having me on. I appreciate it. And yeah, my name's Doodlifts. You can find me on all platforms by that tag. But yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Disney fan, and so I actually work for a company called the Flow Foundation. So we run the decentralized network that Disney Pinnacle and Dapper Labs have built on top of. And so it's kind of a combination of recreation and profession. Like my wife and I are magic key holders at Disneyland. We go all the time. Like, we're huge fans. And so when this app came out in early access, I got to sign on, try it out. Yeah, it's been so fun getting to collect these. I feel like I talk about Disney Pinnacle maybe more than any other app that I use. When someone's like, what do you do with the NFTs and crypto? Like, I feel like I always reach for my phone to show Disney Pinnacle because it's just fun, and it's a good excuse for me to buy an extra pin to show it off. So yeah, thanks for having me, Paul.
So cool, so cool. I know there's so much fun too because it's if you loved it as a kid, the Disney ranges obviously between the characters and the collectibles there over so many generations. It's like something that could come out. I know I completed the first set of pins that came out, and it's just the classics. It's Mickey, it's Minnie, it's Donald. It's just great, because like some of those characters are just timeless. It's exciting when something that is new comes out. Obviously, there's the Lilo and Stitch release that's come out. It's just something that's tying into the new movie. It ties into the 626 day. I mean, just so many great things that have come up. I'm not the expert, Double Daddy. I know you've been fully immersed in this stuff. So just tell me a little about what are your favorites that you've experienced from joining from day one.
I was there as soon as I possibly could be. But I wanted to touch on the sheer amount of IP that is available for this app. Dapper has access to the Walt Disney Animation Studios. They've got access to Pixar, and they've got access to the Star Wars franchises here. And they generally cycle through these releases fairly regularly. You can kind of expect a third of the releases to be from each studio. So no matter, it's a pick your poison or pick your beloved poison in this case scenario, because it's hard to say no to all of these pins. And in the community, and let me tell you, there is a community. But in the community, the mantra is collect what you love, because you just can't afford to collect them all. Some of them are expensive. Some of them aren't. But I'll tell you, Doodlifts is right. I probably spend more time in this app than any other app I ever have. And anybody that's around me in my life, if they just look at me and ask what I'm doing, I just need to say Disney pins.
That's really cool. And as far as what do you feel for the future on this? What do you feel like as far as what's coming up, where we're going with the roadmap on this, Doodlifts?
Yeah, gosh, where's Disney Pinnacle going? I could go a lot of different directions with that, but I guess we can even look at some of the stuff that's kind of most immediately happened recently, and I think that'll kind of influence kind of give you a vision for like where things are going in the future. And so. Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago, Disney Plus did a partnership with Disney Pinnacle. And what that means is that Disney Plus is rolling out this Disney Perks program, right? And what this means is that there's 12 partners as part of the Disney Perks program. So I think it was like Loungefly, like Clear, the travel thing, Disney Cruises, and one was like a red carpet movie premiere. But so there's 12 perks that you can get. And I think the reason that Disney did that is because, they're not naive to the fact there's like kind of these streaming wars, who's providing value for having the streaming service. And so Disney's saying, how can we leverage our network to like give more value to our subscribers? And so for US subscribers, there's 50 million subscribers. Now they can all go to Disney Pinnacle once a month to claim a free pin plus $10 in store credit. So that's awesome. And like that, Dapper Labs and Disney Pinnacle are the only Web3, crypto NFT, whatever you want to call it, partner as part of Disney Perks. Is huge. Like I said, 50 million users. So that's one thing. The next thing that they recently did was a partnership with the Disneyland Good Neighbor hotels. So there's about 50 hotels that are around Disneyland. And so now at the front desk of all those hotels, there's a placard that has a QR code and says, hey, scan this QR code to claim your first pin, start your journey, open one of those mystery capsules, right? And kind of experience the magic of doing that. And so to me, what I see there, and I apologize if this is a bit of a diatribe, but once you kind of get, and I'm sure as you know, Paulie, like once you kind of get deep in the weeds of collector ecosystems, you like learn stuff that you'd never learned before. And so a lot of people may not know this stuff about Disney pins and Disney fandom and stuff. And so what you may not realize is Disney's a huge company. So one of the largest companies on the planet. It's definitely the largest entertainment company on the planet, right? So they have all these different verticals like Disney physical pins, Disney parks, Disney cruises, Disney Plus, and they are very separate, right? The Disney Play app, like they're all very separate. They don't talk to each other that much. And so what I see, what is happening for Disney Pinnacle, what I imagine to continue is that, and I'm speculating, based on the past action, and I'm hopeful, is that Disney uses these digital pins to connect their experiences, right? And recognize their super fans and reward them with these pins, right? And recognize them in that way, in the sense that, now you might get you might claim a Disney pin in the app, and you might get rewarded one for Disney Plus. You might get a special edition pin for maybe going to the parks, and then you could set that pin as your profile picture in the Disney Plus app. And it could be this interesting thing that kind of weaves its way through a lot of the different Disney verticals. And so I think that in a way that physical objects can't, if that makes sense. Like you're not going to bring your Disney pin from one thing to the next place, the next place, the next place, and they're not going to let you in. They're not going to let you into the special club with a physical Disney pin because they can't verify that it's real necessarily, you know, like at a first glance. And so, that's what I imagine is I think that, you know, super fans are going to, you know, use these and get rewarded with these in a variety of different experiences. So that's a long answer, but I'm very excited for the future.
Me too. That is great. I mean, it's just something so unique with that because especially with the community and the fans of Disney in general, this just ties in so well because it's something that you could have this collectible from you know, before you go to a theme park, but after you leave. It's something that if it's the first time that you're going with children or with other friends, you could say, hey, look, we can start on these Disney pins, you know, the 2-3 weeks before our vacation starts, and we could just, you know, dive in and see what it's about. And then when you go there for the first time buying your first pins, you already understand the whole process. You know, it's kind of just like a try it out at home tutorial. You know, you really could feel this out and you could really just keep collecting. And, you know, and it's easy to keep track of these. You know, how many times children lose stuff? This, you don't have to, you're not going to lose. As long as you got an app and you got your sign in, you could do it on any device. You sign in, boom, your collection's right there. This is great, especially for those kids that are forgetful where they put their things. How many times parents are looking for toys and, you know, I need my red fire truck. Where is it? That's it. You don't have to go crazy. Just sign into the app, kid. There's all your collectibles. I could rest a little bit now. And speaking of going to parks and going to the events and just all the costumes and things that are there, guys, I got a special guest for you right now with somebody who might be able to enlighten us a little bit.
Hey,
how we doing,
What's up,
Disney
Paulie?
Dan? Welcome to the pod. How are we feeling
Hey,
here?
I'm showing up late. That's all right. Late, kicking the door in.
Listen,
ready to talk about these digital pins. I existed in the wrong time zone, Paulie. I'm in the wrong time zone, Paulie. That's all. That's all.
The time zone don't matter. Everybody knows a good party, the biggest guest shows up late, right? Isn't it fashionably late? Isn't that what we say?
Fashionably late. That's right.
Fashionably. That's right. And you're the guy with all the costumes, right? So fashionably late works.
Yeah.
This is it. This fits right into your character.
I guess it's a 1-2 punch, Paulie. I didn't even think about it. So I guess you just justified it, and we'll do it. We'll go with there. How's it going, dude? How's it going, Double?
Hey, Dan. How's it going, man?
Hey, we have the same headphones. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at you guys.
Very stylish.
A little BOGO. Yeah. Buy one, get one. What do you guys? Shopping together? What is this? Welcome, Dan. So, I mean, as far as I'm sure, this is What Do You Collect? And thanks for joining us here. We're just obviously just talking a little bit about just the initial stuff with collectibles and Disney Pinnacle. We talked a lot of the digital pins. I'm sure I know you I might have 1 or 2 actual pins from the real world. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, they're right there above my head. Look, they're right there. Shining.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, but I'm fascinated by these digital pins and also these digital baseball cards. How big are the digital? Have they been around longer, these digital baseball cards? Is this like a bigger thing?
Digital. We got NBATOPSHOT. It's the digital NBA moments that have come out 5 years ago, I'd say, roughly 2000.
Really? So they're 2020.
It's about that's when it's kind of started up and kind of took a craze during the pandemic, I would say 2000. I'm sorry, 2020.
Yeah, because you can't get out. You can't get out, but like you can crack these packs.
Exactly.
At home.
So it just became something big during that time, and it just kind of took off. And from there, it's just been growing and building over the years. It's just been basically delivering moments as they're going on in the games during the season. So it's right now in the playoffs. When we had the playoffs, you had the finals for the NBA this year. You could go and buy those game-winning three-pointer video highlight reels, and they're in your collection. They're minted. They're limited. This is basically
that's what's behind your head right now? You got like limited minted like things playing?
That's what they are. We got
Get
an NFL,
out of here. Just sitting on the shelf. You're like a wizard, Paulie. You like Harry Potter. You got living things on your shelf, man.
I don't even need a wand. I just need a plug.
Yeah,
that's all I need.
It totally is that Harry Potter newspaper. The way they open it up and it has videos playing. It's like, Paulie's
there it is.
It's
pretty much what it is. I mean, because you're staring at physical cards your whole life as a kid. You collected them. You put them in your bicycle spokes, and then all of a sudden, boom! Nowadays, you just see the entire play. There it is, right behind you. You can put it in your pocket. It's got life on it. You can carry it around. It's something
it's pretty wild, man. I was gobsmacked when I saw it. I was like, get out of here. This is pretty cool.
New. It's some new stuff. And we just at some events, Fanatics Fan Fest in the city. We were out there showing to the collectibles to fans and collectors out there. It's just great kind of seeing people's first impression by it, as we just, kind of seeing your first step here impressions on the digital world. We were just talking a little bit about the digital Pinnacle Disney pins. I believe we sent you a couple things just to kind of loosely see what it's about, and just wanted you to see that. And
you and Double Daddy stacked me up, man. You stacked me up. I was rolling in pins. I was rolling.
And what do you think so far as compared to, I guess, your years of the physical collecting pins? And now what?
You know what? I'm kind of mesmerized by them a little bit, because they do things that normal pins can't do. Like right now they got those Stitch. They got like a Stitch thing going on, and the pins are like 3D, and they're like moving, and they're like animated, and you can't do that with a pin that you wear. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not going to happen. Although I would like to get like something that I could stick on, that I could have a pin like you got on your shelf that I could like wear to the parks, because that would be legit, like a Pinnacle, like a Pinnacle pin on, so you could like show a digital pin.
As I was actually chatting. Sorry, may I?
That you could inform us on a little bit. Go ahead.
I actually, there was 2 instances I was chatting with folks over the last few days. One was a fellow Pinnacle collector who was talking with the guy who runs Crypto Slabs. He said that they're in talks to see what they can do, and he has an Elsa mock-up so far. But on top of that, I think another user, I think his name's Scotty J. I think you guys might know Scotty J, actually.
Yes, he's been on the show before.
Yeah, he was telling me, I think it was him who was telling me there's somebody who's got almost, it's like a smartwatch size pin. It'll go in your chest, and you can just sort of cycle through your existing digital pins as you go along. I think that's really cool.
I like it. It's, I got to say, it's lighter than collecting real digital pins, because my God. And by the time you got like 10, 20 of them, you know what I mean? You're lugging it around, whatever you got them on,
Yeah,
and I dig it a lot. Yeah, and what do you have pins for? But to just show off to people that you got them, like why else you buying them?
True.
Like why else? Why are you buying anything? You know what I mean? So just to show people that you got it. So I mean, it works great for me. It works great. How long has Pinnacle been going? How long has this been chugging?
18 months or so.
Has it been that long?
Interesting.
Wow.
I think so. Well, we just got the re-release of the Princesses, so that would be about 18 months from the beginning.
Wow. There you go. Is it like Funko was doing these NFTs where you could you crack into a Funko pack, and then like 1 out of every 20 you get like an actual Funko. Like you could unlock like an actual physical product. There's none of that here with any of these tops. Or there's nothing physical. This is all digital, right?
So, well, there's nothing physical associated with it. There is digital variants. So not every pack is going to hold the same thing, and what you get is determined by the RNG. So most of say you open 10 pins, you're statistically going to get maybe 6 standards, 2 sparkles, 1 gold, and if you're lucky, 1 of the digital displays, just as an example.
Oh, but there are some cool stuff with the keys. Doodlifts, I know you have a little knowledge of the keys and just kind of
what do I do with these keys? What do I keep collecting these keys for?
Master over here.
Why do I keep going back to the app and getting these keys? Well, and just to say something about the physical component too, that we were actually in Disneyland about maybe 2 months ago, went to the pin trading area by Frontierland. And one of the things that we did, because I was trying to figure out, because a lot of people ask us, like, a lot of younger people, they get it. They see it on their phone. It makes sense for them. They collect, Fortnite skins, Roblox, whatever. So like no convincing needed. But some of the folks who are a little bit older, they'll kind of look at you and they'll be like, digital, what would I do with that? Like, And so what we did is we actually took an Ita bag, which is like what people, display their pins on normally. It has like a clear plastic shield on it. We put iPads in there and displayed our pin books. And so like that was kind of cool. And people were like, "Oh,
Cool.
this is interesting.
That's neat.
Like,
That's clever."
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I think, I mean, not to give too long of a story, but when I was in high school many years ago, like I had this little shirt that had it would detect Wi-Fi signals. It would glow if it had more Wi-Fi signals. And
I remember those, dude. I remember those.
Yeah,
I remember those.
Yeah, okay. I'm so glad you do.
What a time to be alive. You remember, because like we were all old enough that we were alive before the internet. And then the internet became a thing. You know what I mean? And so it's just, that's not a thing for a lot of people. A lot of people, they've just been alive and the internet's just been,
These kids don't know what a modem is. What the heck's a modem?
No. A dial-up, AOL. You got mail? These kids have never heard of You Got Mail.
We had 2 phone lines at our house so that you could talk on the phone and be on the internet at the same time.
Right.
We were
living in the future. You were in the upper middle class, man. You were truly living.
It was crazy. It was crazy times.
This is what got you into the tech world. If it wasn't for that second phone line, you would have never got into the tech stuff here.
I know.
Right.
I know.
You were one step ahead.
It's not for me. Yeah. But I say that because like people have been kind of blending the physical digital thing for many, many years. It hasn't and it's just slowly kind of getting there. And I think it's probably an inevitable conclusion that, you'll be able to wear a digital object on you at some point. But but the Genesis keys. So yeah, what are those all about? It's something I'm really excited about. So what it is it's kind of like a community campaign, right? Where you go into the app every 4 hours because the app has a rotating storefront. Every 4 hours, new pins show up. You can purchase new things, different variants, like Double Daddy was saying. But now in the storefront, it's a free item, but it's called a Genesis key, and you can claim one every 4 hours. So once 100,000 of them are claimed, so that all the community kind of working together every 4 hours, like. I'm surprised we haven't banded together and be like, no sleep, claim the keys. But as soon as 100,000 are claimed, it'll open up the opportunity for one of those 100,000 keys to open up a 1-of-1 digital pin, which is it's this Rafiki holding up Simba. A little bit of extra lore. It was the first, and why it's called the Genesis key is what we were all claiming together, is the Rafiki. The Rafiki, the Incredibles pin, and the Star Wars pin, which are these 3 Genesis pins, were the first ever pins minted for Disney Pinnacle. So when the platform launched 18 months ago, they minted these 3 pins, right? And now they've been holding on to them, and now they're 1-of-1s, which for anybody who's a Disney collector, they know we don't even know how many 1-of-1 Disney pins are out there because there's no database. But these are these are incredibly rare, and so we'll get an opportunity to use our keys and try our hand at unlocking it for ourselves.
Paulie, can you explain to me how is it verified through a blockchain or something? Are these physical? Are these actual little bits of code that are in my a digital wallet somewhere? How does it work? What is the ownership of these things?
You're right on. Listen, you're walking down the path there. You're right on it. I mean, basically that's what the blockchain does. It just verifies basically what you own. All traces back to a code, to what exists out there in the blockchain world. So as proof as this is something that can't be replicated, it's something that what you have is authentic. You know what I mean? As far as if you look in your collection, that's exactly what you own, and then that can be traced back through the code of the site or the app. It's exactly there, and it tells you if you sell it or if you transfer it or if you put it as a gift to somebody. There's going to be a trail of that, so that item can be followed. So it's something that honestly, in a lot of physical collecting world, people always have questions with that. Is this autograph authentic? I don't know. Is this a real patch from a game worn, or was this the guy's game jersey from a practice?
Right.
I don't know. This is all real, and it's right there, and it's exactly what you have. And what's cool about it is there's these pin books that they have set up within the Disney Pinnacle. So all your collection, if you complete, say, a set of 9 of 9, you can fill that pin book with all your collectibles, and everything's going to sit there on your display. So it's basically showing off exactly what you collected. If you completed the set, you can rearrange it digitally and put what pins you want where.
Oh, I got it, Paulie. I got my pin book all arranged, baby.
Oh, look at this guy. You went alphabetical. What'd you do? By favorites?
I got all my droids. I got all my Hercules.
This is awesome.
I got a shiny ruby, Meg from Hercules. I got a rare one.
I knew you'd get into this. I knew you would like it.
Oh man, I got the dopamine. It was running. It was rushing.
That's it. You haven't had sleep since.
Dan, what did you think about the so you buy the mystery capsule, it has that like animation with the music. I don't know. The first time I saw it,
actually really fun.
Like, yeah, it's like it feels like Disney magic in the palm of your hand a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's
very
cool.
gotcha machine. It's very fun. It's very has a very fun tactileness to it, like the cracking of the container. It was surprised.
Yeah, when you see it go like, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, when it crushes.
When it goes down, it feels like it's cooking something up in there for you.
What was your first capsule? What was the first one you purchased there?
Pain and Panic. I got Pain and Panic was my first one, which was appropriate because it's usually how I feel. I'm usually in a state of one of the two, It's just as a middle-aged man, a father of two daughters, just slowly dying. You get it, Paulie. Like every day, one day closer to death, Pain and Panic. You know what I mean? So it's just how it is.
I know. I live in New York. I know what Pain and Panic is. You know how to get to work every day and get home from there? It's the same thing. Am I going to make the train? Am I not going to make the train? Forget it. I just missed it. That's when the pain comes in. When you just miss that subway.
With Disney Pinnacle, like what are we going to do? What's the next thing? Like sure, maybe I can wear a digital thing, but if I keep collecting this, where am I going to, where do you eventually see this integrating towards? Like you see it like at Disney movies, you see new releases, you get a free pin with a movie ticket. Like how do you see this cranking for Disney Pinnacle?
I and I think it's really it's cool to me, and this is all like speculation, like kind of sky's the limit, imagine if this kind of thing. But you mentioned movies. I think about one of the things that Disney's always been really good about is being super intentional with their collectibles, keeping their fans in mind. Like they'll release a pin in the parks for the first day that a ride is open, just for one day, and then take it off the shelves. And producing a physical pin it's not a short process either. So it's they're thinking way ahead, things like that. So it's they have the capacity and desire to reward their fans in this way. But it's always been output, if that makes sense. They're we can just put out collectibles. And what digital pin collecting allows you is kind of the reverse of that. Like you said, maybe you go to a movie premiere. In day one, they have a QR code that says, thanks for coming to this movie, scan it to claim your limited edition pin. And now they can see, okay, these people are my super fans. These people are the Lilo and Stitch super fans. They went the day of to see the special edition movie at the special theater or whatever, or they watched it the first day on Disney Plus. And so you can start to build up a profile of your super fan. So I think that it's funny because it's kind of silly. It's oh, they're digital pins. Why would this be a profile of your super fan? But think about cookies when you go to a website, right? Every website you go to goes do you accept these cookies, right? Which is building a profile on you as a consumer. But this is a way that brands like Disney can start to identify their super fans and reward them for that. Now you can see, hey, Dan has been to every single premiere this year for our movies.
Yeah, that is cool to see. That'd be very cool to see. Yeah, and it's funny you say that because Epic Universe has gamified the new theme park that Universal just opened has gamified their Nintendo area, and so they have. Yeah. And it's funny because they're not NFTs, but it follows the same principle. So we're almost there. That they have special badges that you can get in Nintendo Land for arriving and being there in the first month of Epic being open, or being there for Christmas of 2025, or whatever it is. There are these limited edition things that people are already collecting and looking for in the space. And I think if I remember correctly, I think by having a Disney Plus subscription, I got a free pin. I don't know if it's a free pin every month or if it's just one free pin, but I'm getting a free pin by having Disney Plus, which I thought was wild. I didn't even know there was a perk section of the website.
Yeah, no, well, it's new. They literally just launched the perk section 3 weeks ago, so that's a new thing for them.
How do you like that?
No, it's great. No, it's awesome. I mean, I'm a huge fan of because you have your subscription service and now you're getting all of these perks Clear, lounge flight discounts, cruises, whatever, that can clearly exceed the value of the subscription, which is awesome. You get $10 in Dapper credit plus the free pin. So you get $15 in just Disney digital pin, value cool. Right there.
I don't know about that Clear. I got TSA pre-check, but I don't know about that. You got Clear, Paulie?
I know. I don't know there yet either.
If you know who I know in the airport, I got Clear, and it's no problem. You
got built-in Clear. You are Clear, baby.
I got Clear through. That's it.
They clear a path when they see you coming.
That's fine. Listen, man. When you
Always got a guy.
supply enough sandwiches for the crew, it'll get you through a lot in life. You know what I mean?
Sandwich.
Show up
Here-
with a nice sandwich, no
Oh,
problem.
my goodness, Paulie.
But
Oh,
no,
my goodness.
what's really cool about this too, I mean, like we were saying about you want to see it. I know if you're coming from the digital world, you know about, you're used to kind of digital collecting, but for the first time coming in, which is interesting, I know it's like, as I can see from your background, from your backdrop, you love showing off your collectibles. So like, as we said, there's some talks about, like these slabs behind me, putting digital, Disney Pinnacle pins in that eventually in the future. I'm sure there's going to be a release for that, but very simply, like you can, everyone has screen mirroring or sharing and that kind of thing, which is really cool. As I've been into the NFT world for a while, and you could display your stuff on monitors, putting a digital picture frame up or putting a monitor up and showing off your collection that way, and basically getting the screen grabs of your stuff is a way to display your full collection.
I didn't really think about, Paulie, is that like we live in a digital world now, like Dude was saying with Fortnite skins, and that's a really interesting way to put it. And like we live in a digital world, like we spend so much time on all these freaking websites, so like it's not crazy to collect things digitally, and I'm not confused by that at all. Can I take it and like make my like Twitter profile picture one of my pins? Does it work like that? You know how like you can do that? And get like that like NFT profile picture thing? Is that how it works?
Twitter does not support NFT profile pictures anymore, so unfortunately you can't do it like as a direct integration.
Dang it! I wanted to show off my shiny Meg, my ruby sapphire Meg pin. Dang it!
I've seen people start to use them as profile pictures, just screenshotting it or whatever, and I'm always super impressed. But I love what you're saying about Universal Studios giving badges, because I think a lot of people have taken a crack at this kind of thing. They're like, oh well, yeah, we should. I mean, Disney, you go to the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and you can do all the bounty hunter quests. I remember seeing someone, they spent so many hours doing the bounty hunter quests, and they finally go to cash it in.
Nothing.
No, they literally get nothing. Like this little like.
And if you got like a pinnacle pin, like an exclusive like droid or something from that collection, like I could see there being some good value there. So we got to get Yellow Shoes, go Mickey Yellow Shoes. We got to get them on the horn and tell them like let's get working here.
Are you familiar with the I guess I'll call it a magic reveal in the Peter Pan ride with Tinkerbell in the frosted glass?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so for those who aren't familiar, there's a separate app. Of course, it's a separate app. This is part of the problem, called Disney Play, and you can play this game in the Peter Pan ride where you identify these little Easter eggs along the ride. And then when you identify all the Easter eggs, then you get up to a point in the ride that has a little frosted glass lantern. And you say, I've completed the mission, I found all the pieces, and then the frosted glass defrosts, and then there's Tinkerbell there. It's this kind of like magic reveal moment, right?
Nice.
But how cool would it be if you get a little memento of that, right? Like that, there's just so many opportunities to have little digital moments and little digital memories. And I think pins could be a great service area for that.
This is awesome. Double Daddy, we know you're a big collector as well. You want to tell a little bit about on the site and some of the fun things that come up on the weekends at times, just some of those aspects that it's not just, okay, I have these pins, but now, wait, I can do some stuff with them?
Sure, I can cover that for you. So what we haven't really touched on, and I'd love to, is that there's a community with these pins. Now, I didn't know this. Again, I didn't come in this as a giant Disney collector, but there's quite an economy for the regular pins, which you're all aware of. And that's translating into the digital marketplace as well. And if you go, the Dapper Labs Disney Pinnacle team has set up a Discord server. So if you find the link, maybe we can include it in the comments below. But make your way over to the Disney Pinnacle Discord, and then you can discuss with other users what they have, what you might want from them, because you can trade on weekends. They're not every weekend, maybe one weekend a month. They set up a trade weekend. They have semi-frequent marketplace events where you can start to sell your pins and buy new ones or the ones you're missing for your sets, because the community there, they're really something special. It's I'm actually, maybe not the place to disclose this, but I'm actually taking a bit of a road trip throughout North America this summer and fall, and I'm planning many, many stops on fellow digital pin collector homes. So it's kind of a digital pin tour for me, and I'm going to go meet a ton of community members I've met just by collecting Disney digital pins.
That's cool. It's cool that there's a community like that, a nice robust community that's growing out of it, and I can't wait to see what they do with it.
And
I feel like it's underutilized right now. I really feel like it's underutilized.
It is. If you go in on a trade weekend, it's like if you've ever been into a flea market or an auction house before, it's madness. Trade links are flying, and you're clicking. Once you're there for a while. You can't get in and out in 5 minutes. It's an experience.
And that's coming up on. Also, there's also some weekends too with Marketplace, right? Is there something where if you're not looking to trade because say maybe you don't have enough or you have exactly what you want, there's a Marketplace as well?
Absolutely. You can buy in and buy out using your credit card, and you can also get Coinbase as well if you want to use straight to digital token. There's lots of avenues to get in and out of this, and there's a really impressive library of digital pins that I'm really looking forward to sharing with everybody.
Awesome. Very cool. I mean, it's definitely different because it's like every weekend is something to look forward to. And then every 4 hours, I believe that there's new pins that are refreshed to purchase, right? Isn't this as basically to keep things not just, okay, here's a website of 1,000 pins, buy them whenever you want. It's kind of limited to when you can buy certain pins as well.
Yeah, I think like Double Daddy was saying earlier, there's like kind of 3 IP verticals. There's like Walt Disney Studios, Star Wars, and Pixar. I believe I got that right. Oh wait, I think so. But yeah, so those kind of like the sets will rotate through those. But I think the part that I like about the rotating storefront as well is like if you're cracking mystery capsules and maybe there's just one that you didn't get, like you can kind of wait for a little bit and go check the rotating storefront. If you see it, maybe you don't. Helps you get those different variants and different rarities, kind of complete those sets in those ways. But I did want to go back to something that Dan was saying earlier about it kind of being underutilized. And I think what a lot of people don't know is, and it's not necessarily clear to everybody, especially because like stuff like Disney Perks has happened, but like the app is still in early access. Like it's for all intents and purposes, like still a beta app. And so it's like, yeah, you're not going to see Disney, digital pins in the park yet, because it's like, oh yeah, it's still in beta, it's still early, it's still testing, figured out. That's why the trading events and marketplaces are a little more episodic. I think ultimately the goal would be always on, but like they want to have consumer safety be first, just work out all the kinks, like because like Double Daddy was saying, even in the beta within the kind of like the community as it exists right now for kind of early testers, like it's still crazy when they turn on the trading event. So imagine the world like gets access to this. They want to make sure it's battle tested, it's bulletproof. And so I think when the time comes, it'll be really cool when everyone can really get their hands on it.
And then, have you showed this at all to your children, to your girls? Did you show them a little bit of what it looks like?
God, or just I did, yeah. I was. They were checking it out. We were mesmerized by the specifically those new Stitch pins that just came out. I loved all the the princess pins, all the pins that like turn into like black and white TV static. It's just so cool. It's like the kind of like you're able to take like the pin chaser element to like a whole new level that you can't like with regular Disney pins. It's very, very neat. I mean, I guess like regular pins, maybe you can get something glowing in the dark or something like holographic or something, but like here, like the pin literally comes to life, and I think that's really cool. But it also does, like to Dude's point though, it's very small yet. It feels very new. It's very fresh. It feels like it's like in its infancy, but it's got leg. I definitely feel like it's got legs. It's fun.
It's awesome. And how about collectibles in general? Like, I know, like we talked about your physical pins. What are some of your favorite collectibles? Disney related or anything sports related? Were you collecting as a kid?
I try to collect if I can screen used things from things that I like if I can. And so nice. I try to get a hold of like Muppet things if I can. I have some Muppet props. And I have a big robust Muppet collection of like all kinds of vintage Muppet stuff. So Muppets is a big avenue that I go down quite often.
That's awesome.
Although they've just been sitting in Tupperware in the basement since I've moved. But what's nice is because I make content all the time, I have like 4 or 5 different like robust collections of Disney stuff and Muppet stuff and like spooky haunted mansion stuff, so that I can redecorate my set pretty regularly, which is like why I enjoy the physical collectible. Yeah, I love some Muppet pins, man. I absolutely love some Muppet pins.
It's awesome. I got a little quick little tidbit. There's a studio in New York, and I don't know if this is folklore at all, but I don't know if you heard about this. It's where Jim Henson started drawing the Muppets, and it was I guess sheetrocked over the years. But at one point, they pulled down some of the sheetrock, and they found his original sketches on the wall. And ever since then,
Whoa.
I believe you can tour in this studio in the city, and the room where his office was has that wall still exposed to see his original just renderings that he, hieroglyphic
doodles
on the doodle, on the wall, which is pretty neat. It's something if you're in New York, I don't know if they give out tours on that, but it's a little bit of information that when I found that out, I was like, this is so cool. 1 week,
like raiding King Tut's tomb,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see the early sketches, but it's just so cool. I think it's just he's just a great creative artist.
He really was. He really was. I hope I can see Muppets in Disney Pinnacle. Some Muppet pins would be great.
That's true.
I don't know. Someone call Yellow Shoes. Let's get him on the phone. Get Mickey on the phone.
There he is.
Tell him what we want. We've got demands. Paulie and I got demands, all right? We want Muppets.
Like the lamp, not the rat. Come on here. We know this. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate all your time today. DisneyDan is incredible YouTube videos that are out there on social media, on all the platforms.
You're sweet, Paulie. You're sweet.
That's it, man. You're the king of Disney over here. That's it. I've been following you, man, for a long time. I just love this stuff. Love the stuff that you put out there. The content's so great. You have a theater background. I mean, you're just so animated out there. I believe that. You're just really
theater weirdo over here, theater kid over here.
Listen, you're not. All I gotta tell you is you're not alone. I was another one. I was a theater performance major as a kid.
You sent me that picture in that DM. You blew my mind, buddy.
Listen, I'm telling you, I wasn't the only one. I guess I'm not alone.
Donny Osmond over here, Paulie. I didn't know. I didn't know you're like Donny Osmond.
4 years of ballet, and here I am sitting down for an hour and a half on a podcast. So I mean, there it goes.
We get some ballet NFTs up in here.
Hang up the slippers. That's it. And here we are nowadays. We can still get out there on karaoke night. Yeah, next time
there you go.
City, you let me know.
There you go, Paulie.
We're hitting it. Disney karaoke hour.
We're doing it.
And everybody join in. You can put it on your Double Daddy. You can put it on your roadmap tour. That's it.
Done.
You'll come to New York for
I'm coming to New York.
Disney karaoke night. Awesome.
Thanks for having me, Paul. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you all so much.
Nice meeting you, fellas.
Nice seeing you all. What do you collect, guys? Take a look, listen up, follow Disney Pinnacle, DisneyDan, Doodlifts, Double Daddy. Jump in the Discord. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.